This is why I started fucking with Candace Owens, and that's the bottom line.
Let's not conflate it with being black. Otherwise, you'd have to defend Rachel Dolezal.
Well, there's no. Well,
Would you defend her?
Well, there's no defending crazy. That's crazy. But
Why is that crazy?
Hold on. Because she was a white woman that said she was black.
Yeah, that's a man saying he's a woman.
But let's back up.
If you're gonna say that a man can just be a woman, why can't Rachel Dolezal just be black? You got to be consistent.
Because she's white.
Okay, because it's a man.
No, but hold on. I get it.
You know I'm right.
I get
You know
it.
I'm right.
No, I don't agree. And this is not a matter of right or wrong.
But it is.
Hold on.
This one is.
Let me tell you.
Why isn't Rachel Dolezal black?
Because she's a white woman.
Okay, because it's a male or it's a female.
We have to talk about what's happening in Madison, Wisconsin, and I really want to talk about the broader aspects of this. Another school shooting and a young woman being the one that was pulling the trigger. That is what is so shocking. It is not something that you think about for women to harm young people. It is so spiritually backwards. So we have to understand what is happening. We are obviously facing a mental health crisis in this country. We can just park aside any dumb arguments about needing to pass more gun legislation laws. Obviously, you're not allowed to legally obtain a gun as a 15-year-old anywhere in the United States. And this is a case of her saying that she tricked her father and she got it. And the conversation that we should be having, which we have been having today, is about broken homes, because this is a teenage girl who had an extensive online obsession with school shooters and death. She used a pseudonym Sam online, and she would often reference the Columbine shooters. If we had all of these agents, the FBI, the way they swooped in on January 6th, if only they could pay attention to teenagers who are idolizing and posting pictures of other school shooters right onto their Tumblr pages, maybe some of these things could be avoided. Please pray for the victims' families. Also pray for the people that are in critical condition in the hospital. Pray that they pull through this.
What do you think about same-sex marriage?
It's a sin.
You think it's a sin? So you think
It
I'm
is a
sinful?
sin. What's that?
You think I'm sinful because I'm married to a man?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes, okay. You're sinning. You are in a sinful relationship. I actually don't believe marriage can be between two men. So
I think one of the questions that I certainly had when I was reading into your story was, I think that you kind of tried to portray it like you had this like normal upbringing. And I obviously don't buy that because I have children and I have a daughter, and your mother being involved in this signals to me that you had anything but a normal upbringing, because there's no mother that would spiritually want to see her child violated like that, because that's what it is, whether you perceive it or not. Your mother is watching you or helping you or dealing with the finances of you being violated 100 times in one day. And so I was very disturbed by that.
So my parents don't describe having sex as being violated. They don't really see it in that way. They know I've always been very liberal. My mum does like my finances because she wants to help me. You know, they just want to do what they can to help.
I don't think it's fair to even describe it as my parents are liberal. I mean, I'm obviously not a liberal, I'm a conservative, but none of my liberal friends, liberal family members, their parents would view this also as demonic, whether they have faith or not. They would just say, what parent would want that for their child? Your mother partaking in that, just so you know, is a form of abuse. It is. It's abusive.
I personally don't see it as that. I mean, my mum's just trying to help me. But what then would you suggest my mother does? Like,
try to talk you out of it, like a mom.
So yeah, man, there you have it. That's why I start fucking with her. She ain't got no problem letting her views be known, whether it's gay, white, straight, slutty, whatever the case may be, man. She letting that shit out and letting it be known, and she's standing firm on it. And it's not the fact that she just standing firm on it. She actually makes sense on what she talking about. It's simply was just that kind of shit for me in the beginning that really changed my mind on like me thinking that she was just a buck dancing motherfucker, you know, and that didn't like the black community, long story short. So once again, my thing is I'm cool with it. She just got balance across the board. She ain't just picking out, you know, cherry picking stories that make it just sound like, oh, black people only ones doing this, everybody else ain't doing that. As you can see, she called out a whole, you know, school shooter. We know a community that generally does that, just the same as like when they be like, oh, you know, 13% still shooting each other, you know. So it's just like at the end of the day, I just commend her on that, and that's why I was like, yeah, you know, I'm neutral on her because she probably still do got some type of, I don't know, some type of views or dislike for the black community. So I'm just not too 100%. I can't even talk. I'm just not 100% sure on that. But that's what I mean when I say I was neutral on her though. Like I think she cool. Honestly, she ain't got no problem in my book. I don't care if she didn't like, you know, the black community or not. Like the fact that she gonna say that shit across the board and she, you know, keeping that shit 100 with her views and she not switching shit up, like that's what I like the most. So I can respect that all day. Unlike a lot of other motherfuckers I'm not gonna name because I don't want to look like I'm clout chasing because I'm up and coming, you know what I'm saying? So if I was bigger I would definitely be name dropping, but I'm not one of the people that like to try to name drop based off of he just trying to get clout. But there is other people in the political community that is Black Blake, really the Aboriginal people, but that's another conversation for another time. Everybody knows it's black people, so there is other people that's in the community that do be talking that supremacy, you know, talking points where they do be talking down on us and they do be up there acting like this, that, and the third. Now I will say this, if I really want to go into depth and make some like content on them, I probably would, you know. It just depends how I feel for real. What type of smoke do I want to give out when I get up? So that's all that is. So other than that, appreciate everybody that's been, you know, subscribing, watching, viewing. Shouts to everybody, man. We ran it up, so can't be too mad at that. Yeah, if you feel some type of way about Candace, in my opinion, as long as you understand it's coming from a place of balance and it's not a she you can't put her on the one side like with the rest of the grifters, man. I hate to even say that she even is a grifter because I really don't feel like she a grifter. I just feel like she just really on in her own personal lane. I'm gonna keep it real. You know, she went against the grain with the, you know, that Daily Wire shit, you know. So you already seen what happened to her, you know, when that happened. And people had something to say, oh, she got her nigga wake up call type shit. But I feel like, even if it was what it took for her to wake up, she woke up. That's all I'm gonna say on that note. You know, that's the Candace I knew first, the Daily Wire shit, and you know, with the Ben dude, and you know what them people is. I guess they call them the small hats, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, when she got to talking about that, all that anti-Semitic shit or going against, you know, them peoples, they you know, shut the door on her. And then she came out, got her own shit, and now she bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she way bigger than what she ever was on that shit. So she ain't need them in the first place. And at the end of the day, I just think that shit is good that she finally came around and she got balance. And maybe she always did. She just probably ain't never had a reason to even speak on other things. But only thing I'm saying is proof is in the pudding. It's in her content. Like I've been saying, yeah, she cool, you know. Can't put her with the rest. If you don't like her, you definitely can't put her with the rest. She got to be in her own little thing. Maybe it's some stuff I still got to check out and see if she is still on some like BS. But to me, once you go against, you know, everybody, or you showing balance, or you just keeping it real, I can't be mad at you. You know, that's just all that is. I can't even be upset. So, and I fuck with you. You know, if you one of them people, like I've been said, like I said in the last video, if you want to be a little clan member, whatever the case may be, as long as you keeping that shit over there, keeping it to yourself, I don't care. Like we want to change nobody. Like what she was doing, talking to, you know, old boy about that shit, trying to, you know, I don't know if she wanted to persuade or, you know, let him know, but she kept it real, and I fucks with that. She told him straight up in his face, yeah, I do think what you're doing is a sin. Or how she criticized a white woman for trying to say she was black. You know, like, you see the people in them, like, well, the first dude at least, he the main one that's like, he just can't see it, and that's picking and choosing, and that's why I can't fuck with that. Don't nobody care that you want to be, you know, sleeping with other people, you know, same like But it's when you act like you can't see the real deal and you try to act like facts ain't facts. You want to nitpick what is what. Come on, man. And that's the only thing I'm pretty much saying here. I'm not always trying to be balanced. There's some shit I'm gonna be real heavy on that people probably obviously gonna disagree with, but it's real shit at the end of the day. And I always just try to make sure I drop, well, at least from my knowledge, is facts, you know, or truth. So with that being said, man, thanks for everybody that's been supporting. You already know what time it is. It's Ray Drakey Drake.
I actually don't believe marriage can be between two men.
You know I'm right. I get it. No,